Man, what's going on? Today, we're bringing you the $7,000 camera setup, which is the R5C with the 24 to 70 RF lens against the...
iPhone 15 Pro Max that was just released this year.
Now, we're going to go rambling what we got going on, but I want you to watch some of these clips of my boy Octavius and Janae Thomas that we went out last week and we brung out the R5C and the iPhone Pro 15 Max to see how it functions in a daylight situation and see how it compares with this bad boy here. Take a look at these clips.
So how'd you like those clips? There we had the iPhone 15 Pro Max versus our $7,000 setup, which is the R5C. Now, if you were looking like I was looking, the footage was pretty good. Kind of hard to tell between the two. Maybe a trained eye can tell a little bit better. But at the end of the day, the fact that we used both of these cameras and put them together and still made a compelling storyline goes a long way for the iPhone. Now, there's a couple things I really love about this phone. So a lot of people have a lot of questions about how it works, what makes this the groundbreaking phone for a videographer. Now, it has 3 different lenses at its base lens level. So when you click the little number 1 button on this camera, it has a 24 millimeter and a 35 millimeter. And all of the video modes on the camera do that. So instead of your zoom just having 1 zoom function, it has 2 zoom functions. Instead of your wide having just 1 wide, you're gonna have multiple different times to click on that button, which gives you different angles or different lenses pretty much. Now, there's another feature on here that I like more than the multiple lenses and all that good stuff. I really like the RAW formats that they have now, or log you would call it. Now what log is it's an ungraded footage. We're gonna show you what ungraded looks like, and then we're gonna show you what graded looks like. Correct. Now, with graded footage, why is it good to shoot in log?
To see the dynamic range, and then to bring the colors back to the way that we would like to shoot, and also makes you put your own kind of, I would say, own style to the video of your color, the way you like the color.
So basically, this is how professional movie sets record their video. They're all shot in log, and then they color it in post. Now, the iPhone allows you to do that now, but with one caveat. You can't just go press record on your phone and start shooting log. You gotta have a USB-C hard drive that you plug into it, because you're only gonna get about 5 minutes without doing that. So I bought a little Samsung hard drive, plugged it in there, and I was able to get a good 20-30 minutes of 4K 60 log footage, which is just crazy at the end of the day.
Now, question, when we was out there recording, were you recording with the native app, or are you using the Blackmagic app that I know is very popular right now?
Yeah, so I didn't use the Blackmagic app, mainly because I couldn't find a way to control the aperture. And with iPhone's native app, they use their technology to help you reduce the exposure. So a lot of times when I was shooting out there, I made sure that I had those little lines that's at the top for exposure compensation.
You're sliding up and down.
Just click that at the top, and I had it at -2. -2 look better on black people. For the white folks, y'all can do like -1. But for most skin tones, you're gonna be around -2, -1 to get that sky, get the people's face on an iPhone, at least to me. Now, that's been the best and optimal setup usage on this phone, because I'm also trying to keep the ISO down. Because I'm not using something like the Blackmagic app, I'm not controlling the ISO. So by saying -2, -1, -3, I can ensure that the phone is also staying within a lower ISO, which means a higher quality video. And if that just lost you, sorry, but we'll have more videos on this channel to help you learn all that stuff.
Yeah, and what I shot with is, basically to match that, I shot in 4K 60 as usual, and I shot in C-Log 3.
Yep.
So we can both be in log, so we can both bring back the color, so you guys can see the dynamic range on the iPhone. We're not really talking so much about this here. We're really just comparing it to this and seeing how well does it stick up with this R5C. So what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna put a couple of clips up, and I want you guys to determine if this is an iPhone or if this is the $7,000 camera setup. So let's see what you think.
Let's try it. So were you surprised by the results? I know I was. And some of the heavier things that I saw in the footage were, I mean, as long as you're not in a darker area, as long as you weren't under too many trees or certain little areas that were more difficult for the iPhone, as long as light got to the sensor, you were able to pretty much get a compelling video out of the iPhone, which says a lot about what they've done this year.
Yeah, and I was surprised too by me, editing the footage, just seeing the quality of the iPhone was amazing compared to the previous years. It's a really good phone, and we didn't even talk about the stabilization that it has. We'll do another video on that. The stabilization is really good, and the wide lens, usually I don't like shooting very wide on the 14 because it's distorted on the edges. This camera right here, is beautiful on shooting wide. It's not distorted, doesn't have that bend or anything like that. I think it kind of compared very well, matched up very well with the R5C. Not saying that it's better than this camera, but
I ain't taking it to no shoot or nothing.
No, but I definitely would say for people that's looking to invest into equipment and don't really have the money, but they have a cell phone, right, and they have a early upgrade or upgrade available, I think this is a really good phone now to start out with to make some really good content. Yeah. But I think you'll be able to be you'll be very good at shooting when you upgrade to a camera, because you'll learn the limitations that the iPhone has, and once you convert over to a mirrorless camera, you're going to be better off, because that limitation that you had with the iPhone is going to make you a better person on this camera here moving forward. So you're seeing these videos everywhere. iPhone versus a $10,000 camera, $100,000 camera, which I think is good because it allows you guys to see and compare how great the iPhone has came along through all of these years, year over year after year, that it's competing with this. And there's a lot of, if you look at some big productions, they did like really big productions with this and put it up against Ari Alexa and stuff like that. Now the biggest difference with that is why it looks so great is the key thing is lighting. Yeah. So if you have great lighting, you can make some amazing things with this iPhone. So just keep that in mind. And Kevin went out with Disney with his wife and kids or whatnot. So we're gonna have another video where he talks about that and how great it did at nighttime. Now Disney is great to go at nighttime because you see all the fireworks. You see there's a lot of good neon lights or whatnot. That you'll get to see the real true quality of this camera, and we can zoom in to see if we see people that pixel peep and stuff like that. We'll see how really good this camera is. But I want you guys to look at these next clips that's coming up. We're gonna do some side by side so you can actually see exactly the difference in the R5C and the iPhone. Well, I hope you guys like the side by side. We wanted to give you another look at both cameras. So stay tuned as we have more to come with this iPhone here. Mine just came in. So Kevin had his when it first came out because he has T-Mobile. I have AT&T, and I'm not sure why they made me wait a whole month. But we're looking forward to making more content with this iPhone and showing you guys the capabilities that it has for something that you don't have to invest in. There's something that you invest in talking on your phone every day, and you also use it to make money. So peace out, Pete.
Hey, use what you got.